Pull up to the Twitch. This is where you can watch everything live and interact with chat. Link down below. We got Moon, a person we never reacted to in our whole streaming career. Where are corn stars today? Let's see what he's talking. Let's see what he's cooking up about.
A disturbing pattern has emerged in the adult film industry. Young stars with their whole lives ahead of them have drifted off of the rails, gone missing, or even died. With at least 5 of these tragedies in the past 3 months, what's going so terribly wrong within the industry to lead to this? And how is this industry destroying society as a whole? Well, let's find out.
Yo, let me see the new emotes, bro.
Adult film stars are today. You see, Emily Willis was one of the few examples of a success story in adult film, and her early life reads like the dream of anyone looking to make their way into the industry.
Hey, get on the hose.
Her life are
Hell no.
It seems like lots of stars, she began with nothing. Growing up in a small village in Utah, Emily was a quiet, introverted.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
She kept a low profile.
Ooh, my top 5. Yo, chat. On a serious note, it's crazy how a lot of these like corn star industries be hitting off these women, or no, it's really just the women. They be hitting off the women just because they do something or you know, it's very like crazy. Like the industries are kind of crazy, bro. Like they'll head off a person because they don't want to do a scene, or like they stop doing this, or you know what I'm saying? This shit kind of it's crazy. Then we got people in real life and nowadays wanting to do OnlyFans and go in the industry and doing that online, selling their body. And in reality, they just look up to those people. You know what I'm saying? Those people. And it's just, I don't know. It's very sad, bro.
High school, moving out to San Diego
I feel like,
try and build a life for herself.
I feel like a lot of people are just trying to find out quick money.
She had no money and nothing to do, all whilst living in one of the most expensive places in America. But then suddenly, at the age of 18, Emily was swiping through Tinder, matching with different guys, until she would meet a man called Andre Garcia, who she began to date shortly after.
I thought someone knocked on my door. What the fuck?
From any fairy tale romance story.
Chance at a crush.
Because Garcia is now known as one of the most infamous men behind Girls. A sinister website which acted as just one of many tube sites online. Garcia and his colleagues would trick and coerce women into appearing in adult videos, which they told them would only ever be sold as DVDs outside of the country. Sometimes they would offer young girls
some market off my list.
Only to later force
what's our bucket list looking like?
Instead, they even hired another young woman to convince potential victims to go along with it, figuring that would seem more trustworthy. Emily was just one of the many girls they exploited, but her story went much further than most. Her videos proved immensely popular on the site, and soon enough, she was receiving offers from all sorts of different producers to star in their videos. It wasn't always easy. Emily's family were distraught when they learned about her new career, and it completely destroyed their family relationship for years.
Chat, I'm not gonna hold you. We heard many stories about people wanting to do corn and them doing corn, then their families finding out, and it's like then they get separated from their families just because they trying to make money, because they don't want to, you know. Not I'm not saying all of them don't want to develop real life skills and other things beside, you know, doing in the industry of adult film, but a lot of the time it is just money and finding out quick things of how to make money fast. And they just go on to, you know, selling their body. It's sad, but it is a lot of time just them being broke and wanting to have quick money in their pocket, which is it's
you can imagine.
I don't know.
But on the surface, it seemed like everything was going well. This is how the industry tricks women into joining it in the first place, and how it tricks young men into thinking it's acceptable to watch.
Oh my god, I thought this nigga was beating his shit. I need at least once in my life.
Nasty, sinister consequences.
A lot of them don't even make it more than 60K a year. Yeah, bro. I don't know.
Emily would soon star in over 700 films over the course of her career, for which she won multiple awards and became one of the most popular actresses on the internet. But more than that, Emily even began making a career outside of the industry and branched out into other online spaces. She even went on the Sidemen's real-life Tinder videos, which gained over 56 million views.
She was on there?
Behind the scenes of all these vlogs, all of these videos.
I mean, I don't know her.
Money and
I ain't gonna hold you.
Ignoring mental health.
Wait, that just made me sound crazy. What the fuck?
You see, Emily was dealing with terrible addiction problems. victims. Surrounded by young people working for fast money, it's inevitable that these people will encounter drugs at some point. But eventually, the lifestyle of being in this industry and being swept into this line of work got far too much for her to bear, and so she retired from making videos at just 23 years old. A good move, but the damage it did was starting to take a toll, as unfortunately the downward spiral that industry sent her into couldn't be reversed.
It's a digital.
And 2 years later, on February the 5th of 2024,
it's a digital footprint, bro.
And when Emily,
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm telling you, chat. Listen, everything that you do on the internet, I promise you, I don't care if you delete it. If you delete it, it's somewhere. It's somewhere, bro. It's a digital footprint. It's going to be somewhere. You delete it. Oh, you think it's not on the internet no more? Somebody got it, and it's somewhere else. Like you can't really delete anything as soon as you hit that upload button, bro. Just letting y'all know. It's as soon as you hit that upload button or that live button or that post button, it's somewhere else in the world, bro. Somewhere else in the world. I promise you. Chat, there's pictures of me that I deleted and archived from my Instagram, and it's somewhere on Pinterest or somewhere in Pinterest, bro. Chat, tell me why I was on my phone. No, someone was on their phone and they searched up dreads, and they were like, "Yo, why is there a picture of you on Pinterest?" I'm like, bro, I what? Like what, bro? I'm telling y'all, let y'all know, bro. Digital footprint is a real thing.
He was to critical care at a California hospital after suffering from a heart attack just a week after entering a rehab facility. This happened because she had overdosed, which put her in a coma for 2 months.
Wait, 700 is insane? What was 700?
Don't believe she'll ever fully recover, but hopefully she does. And now this might seem like a very tragic but isolated incident. However, unfortunately, it's an increasingly common story within the industry. You see, of course, we all know these sites, the people making these videos, and the production companies behind them are always exploitative. Young, unstable people looking for quick money can use it as a crutch to support a fast lifestyle. Instant fame, success, and money and validation that destroys you morally.
Over 700
Meanwhile,
videos?
there's plenty of people and companies eager to exploit their fleeting popularity before
That's
moving
crazy.
on to the next victim.
Imagine
but
getting
with the rise of the internet and the massive explosion
over
of
700
tube sites,
times.
it's all gotten so much worse.
Just for business,
Tube sites
not even
themselves
pleasure.
is offering a kind of freedom and empowerment for the performers in the videos, but in actuality, they've only made things far more competitive and cutthroat for people looking to enter the industry. The sheer amount of choice in videos on these platforms mean women rarely get a chance to make a name for themselves. The majority start in just 2 or 3 videos before giving it up. For the little pay they do receive, they traded their privacy.
Tina Trump was way more than
the
her.
videos they are in rarely
Yeah,
get
bro,
removed
that
from the internet and stick around forever.
fucking crazy,
They
bro.
get uploaded over and over again, showing one of the most intimate acts to the entire world repeatedly for an audience of millions. However, for the majority of performers that don't make it through the industry, there are a few people who have a different story. One of them is the infamous Mia Khalifa. Fleeing her home country of Lebanon as a child and moving to the United States.
Yo, chat,
Khalifa's life
was it true? Why did I hear? I don't give a fuck, but like, what? I actually no, I'm not gonna say that. Like, didn't her like ex force her, not contorts her? I'm using all the wrong words. Forced her to like make corn videos, because they needed the money or he needed the money or something, and like she wasn't like bold enough. No, that's not the story. Who told me that? Why did I hear that? Why did I hear that from multiple sources?
Was relatively ordinary at first. After graduating high school, she went to college to study art, whilst working as a waitress and a model on the side. But when she was 21,
it was a lie she was telling
in films, which almost overnight brought her huge fame and success, if you want to put it that way.
She am just loving the success and loving everything that I've gotten because of it.
And I say that because the way she gained fame and success was probably done in one of the worst ways possible. You see, in one of her first videos, Khalifa and her co-star were wearing hijabs, and that became its whole own news story. Death threats and anger came flooding in from across the Middle East, while news outlets like CNN and the Washington Post caught on and almost instantly made her a household name. And overnight,
that
she
was
became
crazy.
the most searched for name on the most popular websites. Mrs. Time in the industry was short, and she clearly got the paycheck she was looking for. Despite saying that she was only paid $12,000 over the course of her career, the companies who made her videos have said that it was at least 10 times that much. But even in this best case scenario of becoming the most popular star on around in just a few short videos, Mia still says she has a bunch of regrets. She's described how difficult it has been to shake this reputation, to find a regular job, or to ever be taken seriously.
I would say that if I had never met that person, I never would have done the things that people know me for doing, and I could have just been living life normally, making $18 an hour, hopefully. Somewhere.
But you can't feel too sorry for her. I mean, it's hard to distance yourself from the industry that brought you your fame, especially when you're still using the same false name that most people know you by.
What's her real name, chat?
Criticism of the industry rings hollow when she still runs an OnlyFans and profits off of the fame she made from.
Yo, tell me why I saw Mia Khalifa like, chat. Why did I see Mia Khalifa like? She was somewhere talking about, yo, I changed. I retired from doing this, doing that. You know, woo woo woo. Now I'm seeing this. Yeah, what's really going on? Like, you can't step away for 1 minute. Honestly, you know what? Chat, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, at least she getting that manyan, bro. I ain't gonna. She getting that manyan, that free manyan. Like, she probably might just posting pictures in her bikini and shit. Like, niggas getting hard, paying $12.99 a month. They should be spending on their kids and shit. Just to see some virtual titties on their screen jiggling and things of that nature. Like, that shit crazy. You know you can get that for free if you just, worked on yourself, talk to a woman.
From it. Simply working as an actor in any way in the industry has permanent consequences. Even with all of the fame and money that Mia got from her short-lived career, it will never buy back her privacy or remove all of the content that still continues to haunt her today. For most actresses,
I don't know. Men, women scare me.
Fame and still have to deal with all of the same consequences. They can't live off a few months' work for the rest of their lives by appearing on podcasts. They have to get real.
She be talking mad shit on the podcast though, chat.
The industry makes it a lot harder.
Like,
if it ever
I be hearing her say like, fuck men, all types of shit.
Even though society is still squeamish about discussing it. Studies have shown time and time again that for many people out there, having a large number of partners before marriage can sometimes make it more likely that you will actually get divorced. Of course, this isn't an ironclad rule, and it doesn't mean that your past determines your future, but it is still a social pattern. Even taking in Mia Khalifa's string of divorces into account seems to prove the point, especially if you have this content out there on the internet. I mean, commodifying your past relationships and selling intimacy as a product is always going to be worse for your future happiness, and especially terrible if you ever get married and a guy finds out. Even though this is a harsh truth,
a lot of guys don't care, and it's kind of sad though. Like I would never want, chat. That's just me though. Personally, I would never want the person that I'm gonna be marrying in the future to let everyone see their body parts. And that's just me though. I'm not everybody. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that for the next guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that for the next guy, but I feel like it is harder for them because, number one, millions of people see your body in the world. They see your poom poom. They see your meow meow. They see your balloons. You know what I'm trying to say? And that may feel the man. That might make the man feel like he's not special because men across the world and women, it doesn't matter however they go. You know what I'm saying? Seeing your body already. And examine everything that you got before he really examined everything you got. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Celebrates today, it doesn't make it any less true. It's less clear whether simply watching adult films has the same effect though. We at least know that it can have a negative effect for people already in serious relationships. Whether it makes a difference beforehand is still kind of up in the air, but you can imagine it probably would. But as we'll soon find out, this may be the least concerning problems that people in the industry face. It can be easy to focus solely on women in the industry. It's inevitably what most of the actual films are focused on. They're the big names that draw the biggest audiences, but tons of the same problems that women face are equally challenging for men as well. Bill Bailey was just one of those male stars.
Oh, my bad.
To begin with, making it as a man in the industry is more harder than you'd think.
Sorry.
The pressures to perform under harsh lighting for hours at a time isn't something that most people could ever deal with. The use of performance enhancers like Viagra is so widespread it's almost expected. But those who can deal with the pressure and make a name for themselves can often have far longer careers than women, starring in lots.
They be having awards for who can sling that dick better? Yo, what the fuck am I looking at right now? No way, is this like getting an award for who can sling that dick? Yo, yo, chat. What am I looking at right now? Am I really analyzing that right now? Hold on.
Pressure and make a name for themselves can often
what's that in the background? I need to see it.
Than women, starring in lots of.
Am I seeing that? Bro, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, bro.
Bill Bailey was one of these men, appearing in over 2,000 videos across his career. Viagra isn't the only drug that gets abused in the industry. The use of other stimulants like amphetamines are very common, as well as heavy alcohol use to deal with this lifestyle, and it was this vice that would lead to Bill's tragic death. You see, whilst attending an industry expo in early March of 2019, people reported seeing Bill drinking heavily throughout the day. Later that night, while staying in a 4th floor apartment with his girlfriend, Bill fell over the handrail of his balcony and plummeted 4 stories to the ground, and local reports claim that he was involved in some kind of argument before the incident, but authorities ruled that there was no foul play involved. Obviously though, male stars working within the industry are a very small group compared to all of the men that are affected by it. However tragic the stories might be, the real changes to society come from mass consumption by the audience and the effects it has on them. We've known for about 20 years now that addiction and addictive behaviors cause fundamental negative changes to the brain. Studies on addictive drugs show damage to the frontal lobe.
Y'all know the bodybuilder that took
just the
steroids?
Of the substances themselves. Even in people with an addiction to food, we see the same degradation and loss of brain matter. These changes are clear through people's behavior, as well as through an MRI machine. Addicts are more likely to show poor judgment towards their own actions and the consequences that come with them. They lose their willpower and their ability to resist these addictions. They become more impulsive and emotionally unstable. We now understand that addictions seem to replace that reward system in our brains used to regulate normal life. They get hijacked, redirecting your own ambition for success and happiness towards the focus of the addiction.
I'm good.
These
addictions
by.
I hope you have been having
a good exactly the same for sexual.
Hope you've been good as well. Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I've been good.
As an alternative to a fulfilling, healthy life and connections with other people, a great social group, deep, meaningful relationships, connection with the society around you. Instead, adult content is a replacement that's far easier to get, but which alienates you from what's truly valuable in life. And companies like MindGeek, the owner of most of the major tube sites, have turned this addictive component.
Fucking MindGeek.
That's a real thing. Multi-billion-dollar money machine.
Yeah, that's what really was
so
the same
techniques and algorithms.
Don't worry about it.
Sites like TikTok.
Bro, I be thinking about too many things in my head, and I just
the most intelligent.
I don't know.
Psychologists.
Never mind that.
Research and development. Endless tests and.
Yo, my nigga. Like, you know what, bro? I've been working on my self-improvement and like my anger issues, so I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm a changed person. I'm a changed person.
A/B testing to
I'm calmer now. Like I don't just spaz out on people. Chat like
making a generation of wankers.
I don't spaz no more.
This is one of
I've
the
been working on
largest
myself.
Society we've seen in the 21st century, and we're only now learning what the real consequences are. A shocking 87% of college-age men in America watch adult content, 50% weekly and 20% every single day, and these numbers are only going up. I mean, is it any surprise that nearly a third of young men are now going without intimate contact for years at a time? They're both having their willpower taken away while being offered an easy alternative at the same time.
Recover from corn addiction.
Great things and accomplish something in your life is being squashed.
Chat, have you ever been addicted to corn?
At a shady company that nobody's even heard of. Coincidentally, MindGeek recently changed their name to ALO, a few months after a documentary was released on Netflix shining a light on their shady practices. And at the bottom of this pyramid are all the countless stars and performers that produce the content that fuels this money machine, making schoolgirls, normal people, broke people, anyone and everyone to become their own stars and make their own OnlyFans, whilst addicting almost every single man to becoming more disconnected from society. Most of the people who make their way through the industry pipeline come out the other
chat, this is my goat. This is my goat, chat. Hold on. My goat just put it on my screen. Hold on. Chat, this is my goat, chat.
Pussy ass cornbread fuck niggas.
Oh shit, what the fuck? That's not the song.
Ride face, put that water on your mustache. Porno swag, 100 G's, Louis duffel bag. Paying pussy, make that dick have a heart attack. Who that is? Riley Reid with my booty fat. Leslie Les swag.
Oh, that's my chat. My bad.
dollars, and a bunch.
I just show you my GOAT song real quick, chat.
People with troubled backgrounds
My
who
GOAT.
have enough of a negative self-image to consider the work in the first place. But the work never solves their problems and generally makes them worse. Even the famous and popular performers can easily hit rock bottom once the work.
They be doing
goes up,
podcasts?
just like the subject of our next story, Jenny Lee. Like most of the people we've talked about today, Jenny came from humble beginnings. Born in the early 80s, she grew up in Clarksville, a small city in Tennessee, before beginning her career as a model, then as an adult film star. Her looks and her personality quickly caught on in the industry, getting her work in over 100 films to date. From 2003 to 2009, Jenny made a name for herself.
Wait, I thought.
In over 100 films to date. From
Oh my god, I thought she said.
Jenny made a name for
I thought it said
herself,
100
rising
films
up
a day. I'm like,
becoming
whoa,
incredibly
what the fuck
popular
are you
fans.
talking about?
Even today, over
What are
a
we
decade
talking
after
about
she
here?
retired, her name is still on the list of top performers on tube sites. And yet, despite her work, Jenny got married at just 22 years old. Although, rather expectedly, by 2006, she was divorced from her husband. But the question is, where is she now? Well, it's not really a fairy tale ending. After trying to leave the industry in 2009, Jenny Lee moved to Vegas to work as a model, but we can gather that her career didn't actually plan out as expected. She was still allegedly appearing in films all the way until 2016, when she appeared to drop off the face of the earth. That was until 3 years later, when a Dutch film crew exploring the tunnels under Las Vegas inexplicably found her living there in a vast network of homeless people. The brief interview they conducted with her is shocking to watch, but by her own admission, she seems kind of okay with how things turned out.
But I'm happy. I have everything I need here.
She just, it seems like she went through trauma, bro.
People live in the
Nobody's
just Sin City. Jenny describes their life as hard, but that the shared struggles breed a sense of community amongst the other lost people who made their lives underground. Now, of course, there's a bunch of dangers here, from flash floods and sewage to rats, addicts, and extreme temperatures, not to mention crime. However, since this interview, not much has been known about Jenny's life.
What the
She
fuck?
might still be down there.
Why her taper kind of clean though?
Other people who don't judge her for her looks or her background. It should be clear at this point what's going on in the industry. It takes people who are generally already unstable because of their childhoods and lures them in with fast money. They trade away their dignity and their privacy.
What the fuck was I just
even if
looking
they're
at?
successful, the industry will just spit them out a few years later. This has been going on for decades, but the question still remains, why is it getting worse now? Websites like OnlyFans and other self-promotion tools claim they're giving the power to the performers and taking it away from a predatory industry, which is a crazy thing to say when these sites are just incentivizing normal regular people to start becoming online adult stars. And if their claims were actually working, we wouldn't be seeing the disturbing rise in the casualties. Instead, OnlyFans is one small part of a group of problems that are hitting performers one after another. The site essentially helped carry on the work of the tube sites by creating a single global marketplace. While this might sound liberating, in fact it only makes the competition far harder for actresses that would have had stable deals with production.
Why is it? I'm not gonna hold you. Y'all heard about that nurse? I said nurse. That teacher that had a OF and she got fired because someone found out type shit. Bro, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, yeah, I feel like there's so many different ways of making money in the day and age we live in, and it's kind of sad though, because everyone wants to make. They see all these famous people making OFs and they making money. They making millions of dollars a year. Just off just selling their body. But you realize those people have status before they even did that. You know what I'm saying? And secondly, you don't need to risk your actual job that's been paying your bills and making you live the lifestyle you've been wanting to live. Not wanting to live, but that you need to live to survive. You know what I'm trying to say? And they just messed it up just off one click of a button. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's other ways of making money. I promise you there's other ways to make money. You can flip shit. You can be an online investor. You can do anything, bro. Stocks, like Amazon stocks, bro. Like free sauce. Amazon stocks. Get a product. See how much that product is on sites so you can get more of those products. Sell it on Amazon, and now you have a business. Like, you getting flooded money that you never know that you could have probably got. I promise you, it's a real thing. But
companies
people don't want to hear that
though. Before, in the same way that dating apps have made
they see people making money
by giving people so many different
ways.
The same thing to the adult film industry. Then there's all the problems that people.
What the fuck is going on? Wait, what's that, nigga?
It's done the same thing to the adult film industry. Then there's all the problems.
doing? Is this like is this like a school for like giving top, my nigga? They got corn star actors preschool? What the fuck going on here?
Already faced that have only gotten worse. There may not even be that many more substance abuse issues than there were 5 years ago, but the risks today are far greater. New synthetic drugs, which are both far more potent and far more deadly, have flooded the market and are used to numb the pain and fill the dad-shaped hole left in these stars. And as their drugs get more and more tainted, they need higher doses to even live with their lifestyle choices. It's making the lives of these performers far more dangerous. The mental health crisis that the rest of the world is going through.
Yeah, the mental health crisis nowadays, everyone's just sad, bro.
PTSD at 70% of the rate of combat veterans.
It's true.
Either from the trauma that brought them to the industry in the first place,
quarantine caused that though a little bit.
And even after
people were in their houses for like 2 years straight.
Victims. It preys on the weak and broken to make its content, whilst trapping its audience in an addictive cycle. As long as video cameras still exist, the industry isn't going anywhere. But new technologies like AI threaten to change everything. On the one hand, replacing the jobs of performers with AI could ultimately lead to fewer broken lives, but it would also make things far worse for the audience. Giving people access to a way to visualize whatever their desires might be would only make people go further down the addiction rabbit hole. We're already seeing that happen with deepfakes today. With the crazy stuff of AOC and Trump together, you can only imagine what sick things will be made in the coming years. And the efforts of some states to ban the content entirely and stop people from accessing it won't work either. Even just banning adult entertainment sites, like the state of Texas did with Pornhub, isn't enough to stop the flood. In the same way that prohibition never worked for drugs or alcohol, or anything else, people always find a way to get access to it if the root problem is still there. If the discontent, loneliness, alienation is all pervasive within their society, people will always flock to this content to fill the gaping hole inside of them. In fact, it will completely shut down the kinds of regulation that could actually reduce the harm that the industry causes. The only way for people to really protect themselves is to isolate yourself from it entirely. Breaking that addictive cycle and not fueling an industry that entirely relies on exploitation is the only way to make sure it can't ruin your life.
Step out your house, bro. Honestly. Yo, this is a good ass video. This was a good video. And shout out to Moon, bro. We'll be checking out more of your stuff. But yeah, bro, it's sad, bro. Life, people. I feel like now quarantine did affect a lot of what people do nowadays, which is kind of fucked up. But you know, life, I guess.